you've been through your preseason practices, through an exhibition, getting ready to start the season. So where do you feel the team's at right now?
We're real happy with the progress we're at right now. I think this was the best fall we've ever had here at SC. We had a lot of different components to that. Micah was off with the national team for the first part of the fall. So it gave, I think, our team a real good chance to earn their identity and to establish what everybody was all about. You know, Micah's been our leader for the last 3 or so years, and it allowed some other guys to lead our team and to grow as leaders. You know, Chris Lischke is also a team captain along with Micah, and also allowed Brooks Varney to establish himself as a leader, and he was eventually voted captain by his teammates. So that part was great from a leadership standpoint. And when Micah came back, we actually gave him quite a bit of rest because he's been on the go a lot with the national team in college and World League and all that stuff that comes with it. So I think it was great to give him a physical rest. So when he came back, he was fresh and ready to go. And you know, we changed some things about the fall and some focus. We made a total commitment to serving the volleyball. We've always been pretty good and more of a game plan serving team, and now we're going to be a team that's going to go back and go after it from the service line and be real aggressive. And that really went well for us, and we're starting to see results now that we're starting to play some matches. We saw a little bit in the fall competitions, but really Alberta was the first time that we really got to see it in action, and we did real well. We had 12 aces on only 13 errors in the first 2 sets, and that was how you saw the match go. I think it was 25-18, 25-18, and then the serving fell off in the 3rd set. We only had 1 ace and 7 errors, so you saw the score at 30-28. So it was actually a really cool thing for our team to be able to be in that position. So we got to play 2 sets where we were serving great and things were clicking, and you know, we were scoring a lot of points. Then we had the 3rd set where serving wasn't clicking, and we as a team had to find ourselves and really grind every single point and be up against it. We were down 22-20, and we called a timeout. We talked about, hey, this is where we want to be at this time. We want to feel, you know, what it's like to be challenged and see how we respond. And our team really kind of bought into that, and we really grinded out point after point, and ended up winning a real tough set, 30-28. And for us as a team, I think that was probably the best of all scenarios. We got a 3-0 win. We got 2 sets where we got to really get after it from the service line and do well, and then we got another set where we got to see what was happening when things weren't going so great, and we responded really well. So I was really pleased with that.
Coach, you mentioned Micah a lot, and he's obviously a key part of what you have going here. But you know, discuss his summer. You know, what he means to this team, and you know, getting that gold medal for the U.S. national team too.
Yeah, well, he obviously means a lot for our team. He means a lot for volleyball in our country. You know, let's not forget about that context. He's a remarkable young man. Forget about the volleyball side of it. He's a tireless worker, a fearless competitor. He's relentless. And he's a great teammate, and part of that is he's not afraid to confront. And sometimes you get a lot of team leaders at this age that are afraid to confront someone on their own team, and he does it in the correct manner. He really drives our team from a leadership standpoint, as far as vocal. As far as proving it every day in the weight room and in the practice gym, and just being a tireless worker. So that aside from him being the great volleyball player that he is, that's where he's important to us, really. And obviously his volleyball skill doesn't hurt. He's a tremendous setter. He's got the opportunity to do some very special things in the sport that maybe we haven't seen from a college kid in a long time.
So what are the expectations now for the team this season?
Our expectations are always to vie to be one of the top 4 teams in the MPSF. That would have us host a first round MPSF playoff match, and then go from there. You know, obviously we aspire to win the league. We always want to be competing to get into the Final Four, and we always want to compete to win the national championship. I think this is the best chance we have in the last several years to do it. I think people that have followed us over the last 5, 6, 10 years, I think they're going to see this team be very similar to the team we had in 2012, where we have a guy that's a high-level international player, like Tony Torelli was on that 2012 team, with a lot of guys that really just play well, blend together as a team, and really get it. That's not to say we don't have elite players. I mean, we really do have some elite players and some elite student athletes. I mean, gosh, we got 2 starters with a 4.0 grade point average. So it's a great group of teammates. They understand their roles, they play well together, and they understand each other. So we're looking to do well, but we can't lose sight of the fact that it's a day-by-day process, and I do use the term process for a reason, and it's there's so many good coaches and so many good players and so many good teams out there now that every night's a battle, and we're going to have to respect that first, and then we think the end goals will come.
Yeah, not getting too far ahead of ourselves. Yeah. You have the first game this week at Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
So you talk about the process.
Yeah.
What do you want to see in that match as far as the process is concerned?
Well, the serve pass game is going to be huge, and we're going to hear that ad nauseum. The serve pass game all year. We're going to need to serve very tough, and they will serve very tough. We played them in a fall tournament match here in our gym upstairs, and they were bringing it from the line, much like we were, and it was a real big battle. So we're going to have to serve tough at a pretty low error percentage, and we're going to have to pass the ball really well and really take advantage of side-out opportunities when they're serving tough. You really can't let any of their guys get on a roll. You get a great serve from them. If we pass well, we've got to terminate that ball and get that guy off the line and move on. So that'll be the real key this week.